Well, this is one I've been waiting on for a very long time. The Hard Rock Hotel. And I went to the Tenerife location, as you can see. Oh my god, where do I start? Huge Hard Rock Cafe fan here. Just as bad with these things as I am with aviation. So to go out and treat myself to this in Tenerife was just an absolute top of the morning way to round off one of my first international birthday trips since 2020. Right, so obviously the hotel is split across a couple of different complexes. As you can see, there's like two major tall structures and a little central bit in the middle. There, like with the Hard Rock cafes, there is merch everywhere showing you different products and costumes and instruments used by various artists. As you can see, we've got Sir Elton John's finery here for one of his tours. We got a lovely white guitar here from one of the guitarists in The Cult. Not a band I'm too familiar with myself, but apparently it belongs to Billy Duffy. And oh, just look at that double bass! That belonged to Tim Scold from Marilyn Manson. Oh, I tell you what, I would love to have had a play with that one. And overall, it's a pretty nice hotel and resort. It is a bit more of a resort than a hotel, because obviously it's Tenerife, Canary Islands. Weather was absolutely on point on this particular day. There was a swimming pool available for customers to use, just off there to the left. I was an absolute tool and forgot my swimming trunk, so I couldn't go in. Oh well, that's my fault. And overall, it was I have to admit, it was very expensive, but it was worth me spending, in my opinion, for this particular one-off trip. Now, the room itself, pretty nice, pretty fancy, definitely worth the extra premium. They go all out with the brands. As you can see, they've got fancy teas and coffees ready to use, as well as a little champagne ice bucket if you have any wine or champagne ordered. There were some, as you can see, toweling robes available and some slippers. And I'm not even embarrassed to admit I took one of those slippers home with me. And it's currently in my little collection at home. I even went to the Hard Rock shop in the hotel as well, just to grab a commemorative pin so that I've been there. Bit of a weird one. The toilets and the shower are here, but the sink is outside in that exposed bit. Nice, plenty of room in the shower. Some very nice different products you can use. Absolutely enjoyed showering. I think I showered twice when I was there. Once when I got there and then once, obviously, the following morning. Quite a spacious room. I had no complaints. The bed was really comfy. Selections of tea and coffee were good. I didn't go without. And I also had a try at the balcony, which we're going to cut to. So the balcony itself isn't big. And the view isn't necessarily looking at anything spectacular. But nonetheless, it's nice to go out and just chill for a bit if you've got like a cold drink with you. Or you just want to go out and enjoy the sun, but not have to like worry about running around the pool area if there's like loads of kids at the height of summer. You can just go out on this little private balcony attached to the room, put your feet up, and just watch the world go by. The weather was amazing that day, during my stay, so could have easily gone out there and sunbathed. Little ashtray as well if you want to smoke. I don't smoke myself, so it didn't make much of a difference. And there's some shops nearby if you want to pop in and get some snacks at all for the room if you don't want to spend too much in the hotel. Obviously, the hotel is split into some different buildings and complexes. So obviously, you've got two like towers where they put all the rooms, and there's also an area for like restaurants, the bar, the gym. There's a spa as well you can use. So there's a little bit for everybody. I can see the big Hard Rock Cafe branding is everywhere to be seen. I opted to go to the third half sports bar in the restaurant area, and I opted to have this rather lovely burger and fries for dinner. Wasn't too pricey for where I was. And also there is a lovely bar on top of one of the Hard Rock buildings. As you can see, it's a rooftop bar. Very nice in the good weather they do tend to get in the Canaries. And as you can see, some pretty cool views around. Although I was going up at night. But it did show everything around the Hard Rock area that was all lit up. Including a pool that had Hard Rock Cafe right in the middle of it. I'll probably get a better photo of that in a second. I did enjoy a nice alcoholic beverage up here, and I did chill out for a good half hour to an hour or so up here. There was music playing. They do hire DJs, so there was a DJ playing, which was a nice little touch in my opinion. There's the swimming pool for the Hard Rock with the nice logo. Don't actually see that on the ground when I went up to it, but it's nice to see it from some 16 stories up in the sky, as you can see, looking straight down on that. And also there's my drink. Can't remember what this drink was called. It was very fruity and citrusy, so I recommend that if you were to choose a drink. And yeah, also there was the breakfast. I had a breakfast included in my stay, and they decided to do this with a buffet. It was a nice selection of sweet stuff, savoury, cooked, continental, not, British, because obviously Tenerife, well known for British tourists, which is oddly unsurprising. So I had 2 different servings while I was there. And also, due to the changeover from Hard Rock Rewards to Hard Rock Unity, the loyalty program they use, I got a voucher to make up for the fact that I couldn't add this hotel as a visit. So they gave me a voucher for a free Heineken beer with that lovely nachos dinner. So what was my thought on the Hard Rock Hotel? Well, it was really good, really fancy. One thing I would change up, I paid £220 odd for the night here, so I would definitely do this as a package in future. But I'm prepared to rate this a solid 10 out of 15.